played with a little bit more intensity in the second half. They did all the damage the first half. Offense could not get field position the first half. What we did with penalty, we did a penalty. Of course, we couldn't stop them. That way much, that way much of the year. Our quarterback, the way one of the coaches expressed it, the game was a little too fast, probably for a freshman quarterback to go out there and play superbly. I thought he played pretty good. It's hard to go out there and beat number one team in the nation. Who's got some questions? Don't ask me when I'm leaving, please. I got a question?
Yeah, Bobby, did you...
Why did you guys go for a field goal down 30-0?
That's a darn good question. I knew it'd come up, Andrew. Why did we go for 3? Simply because the worst thing that happened to us was to get shut out. I just want to avoid a shutout, really. I don't think I've ever done that, but I mean, anything worse than being down 30 than nothing. Being down by 30 is to have nothing on that scoreboard, so we took care of that part.
Bobby, it seemed to steamroll from the start. You start on the 2. I mean, it's enough to throw a freshman quarterback into this kind of fire, but when his first possession is on the 2.
Yeah, they get 2 penalties first 2 plays. I mean, and it went that way. First half, we never got field position. I mean, every time we had the ball, we're down high on the field. Yeah, and that was because of them, you know. And then we finally got it over there, but that was when they tried an onside kick or something, I think, or they tried to kick a short kick off. We got it on their side of the 50. It was too late to do any damage.
In the second half, what did EJ show you the most?
Huh?
What did EJ show you the most in the second half that you liked?
What did he show me the most?
Yeah, what did you see?
Well, he stood in there and he made some plays. He made some plays, you know, and you know, I'm sure that he didn't throw the ball sometimes where he was supposed to, but he learned a lot of football tonight. You know, that's a tough way to learn it too. That's not the easiest place in the world to play.
Did you get a chance to visit with Timo afterwards, Joe?
Yeah, he came up out there when I was talking to Coach Meyer, and yeah. But his eligibility's up, I can't get him.
Can you put it, what's it been like watching him from your vantage point?
Pardon?
What's it been like watching the guy from your vantage point?
Well, you know, I told Urban this when he was a sophomore. Not only is he an excellent football, but they use him excellently. You could put him in some other kind of an offense and he would maybe not be as effective. But the way they use him, boy, I mean, they use that physical strength, and it's like playing with 12 people. When he's back there, you know, you split 3 out over here and 2 here. That only leaves 1 back there. But it's actually 2. It's a runner and a thrower. And, buddy, it presents problems. And he's not a little bitty guy that can't run. I mean, he runs so effectively. You know, so I mean, but they use him very effectively. But he is a great player. He's a great player.
Coach, when EJ came off the field, especially in the first half, how did he look? Did he seem rattled at all with the noise?
Who, EJ? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I didn't see anything that made me think he lost his poise. Now, when he went out there to start that ball game, I mean, you can imagine. Now, here's a freshman, redshirt freshman, on the 2-yard line in the University of Florida field. Now, that's a pretty dadgum tough place to start your game, isn't it? And so, bewildered, wide-eyed, that would be natural, you know what? But as far as losing his poise, I never saw him lose his poise. He's going to be a pretty good quarterback one of these days, you know what?
Bobby, last game here at Florida Field, we talked about it earlier in the week. Any thoughts about walking off this field for the last time?
Well, you know, it really is. It's been 34 years. This is my 34th year at Florida State, and half of them have been here. And we've had some great wins here. We've had a lot of great tail kickings here, you know. And this is a pretty good tail kicking today. And but it's a great place to play, a great atmosphere, and I won't miss it. You know, I'd like to say I'd miss it. No, I won't miss it, but I admire them, I'll be honest with you. They had that place packed today, playing a 6'5" football team. They had it packed, and they were loud and vociferous, and I'm amazed at them.
Any special comments do you have for the game committee? You know, you were asked about Tebow. Eric Red came up and hugged you. Any special comments or things that anybody from the other side might have said to you?
Well, quite a few of the players did. Tommy Pridemore, who I coached at West Virginia, who played for the Atlanta Falcons, his son is at the University of Florida. I had the first time I believe I'd met him, his son. You know, he's probably a freshman this year, maybe a sophomore. And he came up and spoke to me. And a couple of old Florida players, Rhett, the tailback, Rhett, number 33, I remember it was 33, and Bullock from Lake City. A couple of guys that we had tried to recruit now through the years came up and spoke to me.
What did they say, though?
Just, here, this is who I am, and do you remember me? And there's no problem saying yes, because I do. I mean, I could guess who they were. I said, aren't you Rhett? Aren't you so-and-so? But, boy, and there's a lot of memories from here. One of the I'm trying to think of something to say. But I'll never forget my second year here at Florida State. We came out here and played Florida. They had Yancey Sutton. You remember Yancey? And Yancey couldn't hear. Hold it, no. Yeah, he couldn't hear. Is that his problem? Yeah. He couldn't hear. But he could read your lips. And the whole time I used to call plays. And I'd be sitting there starting to call plays. There's old Yancey sitting out there on the field, lined up at defensive end looking at me, you know, getting the play. He can read my lips and get the plays. I remember that, you know. Yancey lives up in Tallahassee now, I believe.
Bob, in an extremely competitive football state, what has Urban been able to do to get the momentum so much right now? Recruit and coach. He's as good a coach as there is in the country right now, I would imagine. He's so thorough. He's so thorough. I mean, we couldn't beat him in the kicking game. We couldn't beat him on defense. We couldn't beat him on offense. You know, he's so thorough. Of course, you can be thorough and not have good players and not make it, you know.